So here we are in Belfast today. We're outside one of the most iconic buildings in the world with some of the most iconic boy band members in the world ever. We're here with a brand new supergroup called Boyz on Block.
Yes, we have Shane Lynch from Boyz, Abs from 5, Dane from Another Level, and of course not forgetting Ben Ofeodu from Fats and Small.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
So guys, what are you doing in Belfast?
Don't know. I just got on a plane and ended up here.
You kind of just go.
Yeah, we're here. No, we're here. I mean, look. Well, I'm part of the furniture here in Belfast now. You know what I mean? Northern Ireland, I would say, if it wasn't my house, it is my home. You know what I mean? And yet again, I'm here on another, well, I suppose a continuous venture with Amen Shoes, but collaborating with my boys and kind of bringing on the whole scene of we're taking it to America, shooting a music video. We've got the song, we've got the boots, we've got the idea, the campaign, and we're going to amalgamate the whole thing in a big mixing pot, and the outcome is going to be just the world. So, yeah. Amen.
Fantastic. And Shane, you mentioned that you have been here loads of times because obviously you're from good old South. And so is it good to be back with the boys?
It's always great. I mean, look, I know the love I receive over here. I know the love. So to be able to share that with my guys, I think is really important.
We ain't loved.
We ain't loved.
Us three ain't loved, man, like Shane, so...
No, it's a different
different. Yeah, we don't float around here like
here has a big it's a spirit here, and when you arrive here and spend time, like we all come in, we float in and out different countries real quick. They here, they there, and we're gone. But to actually be able to spend a week here on a video shoot, and a week here talking to you guys into interviews, and a week here looking at some of the most iconic places in Ireland, Northern Ireland especially. And I mean, I'm standing in what looks like to be obviously a big old field. And right over there is that building where we played many a time.
In fact, we saw you here last year on the Boyz the farewell tour in that arena over there. I have to say, what a night, the atmosphere in there, but it was also a very emotional night for everybody, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that building there where we always try to start our shows in Belfast, or end, whichever way we do it. And we played that in the beginning of the year, and then we ended with the big open arena, the big outdoor one in the park, and that was just mind-blowing. I mean, the sea of people are something that, like the 100,000 that you play to when you play those crazy big gigs, and it was just bonged. Boyz last ever gig up north was always going to be in Belfast, bonged. And that's the kind of heart that people have up here, you know. When you guys come out, you come out to party.
Hey.
That's that. You come out to party.
And I like confer that. Like, I'm listening to the way I talk, man. I'm reaching Belfast, like, and people showing crazy love here. Everyone's beautiful. The scenery, the views, like, it doesn't get any better. I swear. I'm thinking about getting a place here. I want to move in. I'm moving resident.
So since you've been here, Abs, have you picked up any Belfast sayings or phrases? I know Shane's very good at the accent, but can you do it?
There was something last night. We was at a dinner table and we was having a munch, and there's little things that these guys say. You guys say that. No, I don't want to be rude and say what. What? But no, I haven't picked anything up that springs to mind. You boys got
what about you?
Me? Well, as far as going back to what Shane was saying about Belfast, the reason that we decided to be here for instance, the first radio play of our song got played yesterday, and it was on Belfast radio. And Shane, we didn't even need persuading. He's like, look, we really want to give Belfast the kind of the exclusive. Let's go there. They're gonna, if they love you there, if they support you there, then that's it. You know, you're part of the furniture. And what Abs is saying is right. Everyone here is so nice and so kind. And you know, when you come from somewhere from London, which can be a bit heartless, a bit cold, someone like this just feels like a nice place to be. Yeah. So I'm glad that we kind of come and did it. Obviously, it was great tying everything in with the shoes and stuff. But for us, like I say, first ever radio play of you know, our song was here.
Amazing. Yeah.
And speaking of the song, of course, All My Love. How did you... All My Life, sorry.
That's the one.
Okay.
You know, it's fine. Honestly, at breakfast this morning, I forgot the name of the song. But I'm old, and that's why. But so my memory's bad.
No, keep it in.
Okay, so All My Life. How did you choose it? Did you all sort of decide together? Did someone bring it to the table? You know?
I can't really lie about that. That was Dane's idea, actually.
It might have been, but I think Shane actually first put it in a list. We were going through lists of songs, and I think it was a very big list he put in, but I'm sure it was in there.
The reason why that happened, and this is the mad thing, it actually came from Abs, right? What? And he don't even remember, and I'll tell you why. We were at the gig, yeah? We went to a Boyz Life gig, and there was one of the Westlife songs was starting, and I was like, nah, these boys done this tune? Yeah, and I was like, nah, and we were singing it in the back of the stage, and I went, I love that record.
Must have been mashed.
Yeah, no, you wasn't. No, we was just there, we was just hanging out. And I thought, and when it started playing, I thought, I love this record, I can't believe that Boyz Life did it. And it wasn't at all, it's just the way one of the Westlife songs actually, and it was in it, and it was some keys and some chords, and I was like, no. And then they did, and I went, oh, thank God, we're going to do that. We're going to do that, you know what I mean?
So what I find about the song is it is so fresh. It is absolutely incredible.
Keep still.
What I want to know is the harmonies, the vocals. You know, how do you decide who's going to sing what? I mean, you must have to work really well together.
The funny thing about that was that we recorded that song during lockdown. So when I say it was a socially distanced recorded song, the producer, Mike Rose, a great guy, came. He basically came masked up. Either at one point, I think one of you, he sat in a car and someone had the mic.
In the house.
And in my house, for instance, he was downstairs, I was upstairs. We social distanced properly. So it was very strange having to do it all separately, and then I think basically everyone recorded everything. And he chose what fitted well together. Whereas usually you'd be in a studio together, you kind of decide who's going to sing what. We didn't have the luxury of doing that. So the fact that it came out the way it did, it's
a real testimony. So this means, usually if you are together, not everyone records everything, because you can hear, oh, we've got that take, Dane's done that, Abs has done that, Ben's done that, Shane's done that. But this time, we didn't know what was going to happen, so it was like a lottery. Just everyone does everything and this and that, and it's come out probably. I mean, it's one of the best records that I've ever been involved in, I think. And also, what's so great about it, I think, is that when you hear it, there's a nostalgic feel. Not because the record's a cover and the record came out in 1997, but it brings you back to those classic boy band times. But sonically, it sounds nowadays. So it will sit on the radio, and it has all the sounds, the radio sounds, and the new up-to-date stuff. But it still gives you the feeling of the good times.
And the good news is as well, there's more than just that song. There's a whole album to follow, isn't there?
Wait till you hear how much is that doggy in the window. Woo! You ain't ready for that one. You ain't ready for that one, man.
Every interview he comes out with something that just does me.
The kind of songs that we're looking at the moment are as we receive them as a unit, as we kind of like, that record, and we all go, yeah, that record. So we're not really out there specifically looking for what records. It's just when emotionally it comes, and we all feel that, and we go, no, we can hurt that record, we can make that, make it good. And that's kind of what the vibe we've been going along with. I mean, some of the other stuff we've done from PM Dawn, some of the other stuff was from EMF. So
you haven't done Unbelievable.
We have.
Oh wow!
We've done Unbelievable.
Love it.
So just to give you the dynamic of where we're going, it's not about just ballads. It's about records that go, iconic records to us. When back in the day, we go, nah, this record here. Just big records, big sounds that people don't play anymore. So just revive them, get them back out.
And put your trust in us. We're record player pros. We've been in this game for a long time. You know what I mean? So trust us. We know what we're doing.
Exactly. There's a song that I still love playing on the radio today, as I did back then as well. Little song called "Turnaround," which is never going to go away.
What's wrong with you? I'll never get tired of singing that song. It's kind of aged like a fine wine. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It's a great dance.
I never knew. I mean, there's a lot of records, like we are recording songs like a lot of what we would call like cult classics. Great moments that happened in music that people they just don't get played on the radio for one reason or another. Some of it's the sonics of it, but we turn around, to say the truth, the secret is sonically it really doesn't stand up to the dance tunes because it was done so long ago. It was done on like a 4-track. It's not, but for some reason the soul and the heart and what it stands for and the
Ben.
Is that? But it's that arresting, hey, what's wrong with you? That thing, and it just sticks with people. And I think that's it. But if I knew, and if anyone knew the secret of a hit, you'd do it again and again and again. But you just,
Hey,
What's wrong with you?
You ever see Ben out and about just shout out?
It's fine, man.
I can't help it.
Shane, you were doing the Boyzone songs for over 25 years. Is there any songs you get fed up doing on stage every night?
In the latter kind of part of all of our journey, no. Because in the early 90s, I mean, every single one. And only because of the way the industry worked from territory to territory. You released, for whatever, Love Me For A Reason in the UK. Then you went to France. Then you just kept on going on that one record for about 6 months. And, you were fed up with every single record you released because of the process. But when they were shelved for a while, and we brought them back to life when we came back together to go on tour and make some new albums and all that kind of stuff, all of a sudden I appreciated them for what they really were. Because, it was like a torture room back then, you know what I mean? Again and again and again, it was horrible. But then when you actually allow them to breathe, and you stand on that stage, and then you realize the history of the song and the connection to the people for that long period of time, I suppose, then you can really feed from it and go, you know what, these were amazing records. And I think all of our kind of records, and we all went through the same process of the industry. And
Maybe the best song in the world, but like when you sing it every day for 6 months, it's like...
And do you get fed up talking about the Victoria Beckham record?
I don't get fed up talking about it, no, not at all. I mean, it's a long time ago now. It's like, funny enough, it was 2 days ago, someone put on the Instagram, 20 years ago today. Right. And I was like, whoa. But no, I mean, that for me was great, obviously. I mean, I was only coming out doing some solo stuff that I was only toying with. I didn't know what was going on with Another Level when Buggin' came out. And then to do that next one, I literally was asked who I wanted to do a duet. And then my label said, okay, who? And I said Spice Girl, and they obviously laughed at me. And then we ended up asking if she wanted to do it. So that process was great. And, biggest couple in the world, most famous, it was just phenomenal exposure for the record. It was great. And for her, it was good because it was a record that no one would ever thought she would do.
Yes.
And it was a good song.
And I remember at the time being on the radio, there was lots of controversy between you guys and the Sophie Ellis-Bextor track that came out at the same time. Did you hate them for it?
No, here's the thing. So partly because, I mean, it was an amazing record. That's another one like Turnaround that will stand the test of time as far as dance music is concerned. Brilliant record. So at one point you're like, oh my God, why did they release Our Week? Because, I mean, we sold 250,000 records and went to number 2.
Wow.
Like, you could sell 50,000 to number 1, like, at that point. So yeah, that was bad. But also it was a good thing where it kind of pushed everyone up, It kind of pushed us both to kind of thrive a bit more.
Kind of healthy competition.
Yeah. But then, I will say they sent out a buy-in team in the last few days.
Exclusive.
There's nothing wrong with buying teams.
20 years on, we can disclose that.
Yeah. So, guys, you've all come from these different bands and you're now a supergroup, which is absolutely incredible. I am feeling the chemistry from you right now. But what I want to know is, are we going to see you live in Belfast soon?
Do you know, that's industry based. I mean, yeah, if we can. We were on tour at the time. I think we had about 8 shows cancelled on us. We got a good load in, and then we had a good load that we didn't get in before the world shut down. And I think by 21, it's still going to be sketchy times. I know people are still trying to brave it out, and they're putting up dates saying, oh yeah, we're coming, we're releasing, but it's still very uncertain. It's very uncertain. So 21, hopefully by summer 21, it might be possible, but I don't believe it's going to happen before then. I really don't.
These times are precarious, so we're trying to make the best of the situation, but we're all about that live music. We're all about live performances, reconnecting with the fans again, and that's what we do best. That's what we know how to do.
That's what this was born out of. Yeah, this is an hour DJ set. That's what this is. But we sing our songs in it. We give you the nostalgic songs from the 90s and some of the noughties. And it's a proper party, and that's what the block party is.
I won't want to follow us on stage after, you know what I mean? It's that kind of, we heard.
When you guys were touring with your bands first time around, did you have any kind of weird, crazy rider requests or anything?
Yeah, we did. Well, I did. I had a few, but one of them, and it was just to check that they'd read the rider, and it's the typical, just separate the M&Ms.
Yeah?
And it sounds stupid, yeah, but if I go to the dressing room, I'd be like, you know what, they haven't separated the M&M, so I know you haven't read the rider, so there's not going to be anything else on there that I wanted. Do you see what I mean? Stuff like that, but the usual, but the usual pants.
Mars milk.
Mars milk?
Yeah.
I know Shane's got something. What you got, man?
I always had my clonic black pudding.
It's just mine was just vodka. Loads and loads of vodka. But we kind of got away with it because obviously the rest of the guys were boy bands and Fats and Small were slightly more adult, so you could ask for that, and the record company kind of expected you to ask for loads of alcohol. So you just
Mate, trust me, we had alcohol.
So we've talked about live gigs, okay, and the COVID-19 situation, but there is one thing that COVID can't stop, and that is love. So I'm sure our viewers are dying to know, is there any of you single and looking for love?
Abs is.
I need a good church Christian girl, man. I was just having a word with Shane. Find me one of them. So far, they've been bad news, man. So I'm on the hunt. Yeah.
I'm sorry, love, but I've already found my man.
That's all right, man. It's a shame. Yeah. We need a bit of love in the mix.
Brilliant.
And of course, Ben down there is happily married to the lovely Vanessa Feltz.
Yeah, I've been in a relationship with Vanessa for 15 years now. Wow. So, and they said it wouldn't last. Michael Jackson does all that, and then he kissed Lisa Marie Presley. Anyway.
So what's your secret then? What's your secret to a happy marriage?
Never seeing her. That's that's a great thing. No. What I mean is that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and because she's so busy, and even though we, obviously we live in the same house and stuff like that, because my job kind of revolves on working at night, it's like a DJ set, dance music, club music, and she gets up early in the morning to do radio. We kind of miss each other, and then that makes us want to see each other more and more. So that's
you brought that back all right, mate. Because I've
been doing this for years.
Anyway, guys, great to see you all in Belfast, as always. Any idea when we can get our hands on the new album or anything then?
It'll definitely be next year, but I think All My Life will be available really, really soon.
But it wasn't planned that way. But it just now everyone sort of jumped on it this trip. It's been played on radio like 5-6 times already. So yeah, I think we're going to have to get our finger out.
If everybody contacted their local radio station and said, play Boyz on All My Life.
All My Life. Not the All My Love remix, the All My Life.
I'm never going to live this down, am I?
So there we go, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll come back when we bring out How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? That killed me, that.